All right, so we're moving on. The final set. Let's have it. Before we move on to the top 16, I believe. Winner of this is going to move on to fight off against Panda Global's MBD.
Yeah, but before that happens, one of these two guys has to move on, and somebody else has to go over into the loser side of things now. Ally coming out here very strong right now. Get those grab combos. As you know, Sheik's combo food, but not at that percent. Mr. R finding a way to get out of that situation.
Like trying to catch him with that forward air.
Okay, good aerials. They're trading back and forth, kind of going tit for tat right now, but Mr. R trying to keep him off stage with those very, very small and minuscule hits, you know, just the jabs, the needles that keeps you off stage. Keeps you definitely at the disadvantage.
And I like the patience from Mr. R, just waiting for Ally to commit to that super jump punch before punishing with a forward tilt into up air. Ooh, nicking him with stealing a coin from him. He's like, yo, give me that back.
Ally right now in a very unfortunate deficit, but you know, things have changed since the beginning of Smash 4. You know, Sheik isn't quite what she used to be, and Mario has the tools to kind of combat her. You know, one solid conversion can really open Sheik up for a lot of damage.
And you know, Mr. R's gonna be fishing for these neutral airs a lot. Mr. R loves the neutral air, but wow, he got the slight charge after that down throw.
Oh my God, and I'm telling you, I felt that one all the way here on commentary. Okay, good air dodge, gets out of the way of the grenade. Mr. R is still trying to find a way to keep Ally off stage, man, but this plumber is just trucking his way back. Trump, back air, that's all she wrote.
That was a nice setup from Mr. R. You notice he threw out the Needle Storm to try to just cover options, make feel like Ally has to get back onto the stage as soon as possible, or to chill on the ledge. So he goes off stage, gets the Trump, and nails it.
Oh, try to cape him. I like the sneakiness that Ally brings. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in like Ally's down throw, you know, up tilt combos, the fact he can ladder you to the blast zone, but we can't forget about his utilization of flood and cape. I'm talking one misstep and you are going to be in for a world of hurt.
Speaking of world of hurt, he got him with the super jump punch at the top, almost solidifying that stock. Hasn't taken too much damage, only 13% on him. This could be huge for him if he manages to catches him out of advantage with a fireball.
Oh, and I like the attempt, you know, really trying to sneak in like that micro space and that down tilt.
He was so close to connecting that, man.
Okay. Ally really struggling to get out of this corner here. Mr. R applying some pressure and not even have to throw out a move. I'm talking his movement is so crisp that it just leaves you in a disadvantage sometimes. Don't touch me. Okay, grab release.
Get off me. Here we go, just a simple back throw. Bowser's him towards the edge of the stage. Shout out to Super Mario 64.
Right. Okay. Good pressure there on that top platform. Ally, again, finds himself in the corner, but he's coming out swinging for the fence. Big damage coming up here, cutting his lead in half, but Mr. R said, look, man, I got to keep the lead, and I got to get this stock gone. I cannot let up now. And Ally, I love what I've been seeing the Mario's doing, you know, throughout the entirety of this weekend, you know, conditioning with back airs, conditioning with, like, soft nair.
And once again, he's using the flood to its advantage, just kind of messing up Mr. R's spacing, especially with that grab. Ally didn't move forward, so therefore he got that huge punish on him. Goes for the super jump punch to try to kill him off the left side of the stage. Mr. R recovering.
But for how long? Ally chopping this lead. Okay. Oh, there's another ledge trump. I don't expect to see a back air that time. Beautiful adaptation. Uses the dare, though, to give himself the coverage. He needs to get back on the stage, and Ally, things are shifting back over into his favor here. Oh, my God.
Oh, he spiked him into the blast zone again. The simple down throw to forward air. Ally.
Just when you thought it was safe to recover, you have to spend your air dodge to get away from Mario's dare, because at certain percents, it can be a killing tool. Respected the dare, but unfortunately forgot about the forward air. That's going to do. And I think Mr. R might have thought that that platform was going to be enough to save him, but he actually ended up getting caught in between it. That's all she wrote.
Let's get it. Game number 2, Ally versus Mr. R. We're going straight back to Smashville. Mr. R keeps going for that footstool setup, I noticed, but he just can't seem to get the correct follow-up afterwards.
There might be just a Sheik thing too. I know Void went for it once or twice during his set too a little bit ago. So I mean, I'm all for the footstool combos, man.
Yo, but can I get another bouncing fish? Like, he was just pushing him off stage with that.
Okay. Oh, good movement. Trying to open Ally up for a grab. Ally finds one of his own. Dare. No forward air that time. Actually just goes for the up air.
The ally outspacing him again, runs in and opens him up with the up tilt. Ooh, Mr. R throwing out some forward airs of his own.
And Mr. R, you know, you have to appreciate how well he can play up close and personal. Sure, you know, Mario could be a scary character for Sheik, and sure, Sheik has the tools to keep him at bay. You know, the needles, the uncharged needles, the charged ones, whatever need be, they keep Ally out. But how well he fights Mario up close and personal really says a lot about his gameplay.
And speaking of his gameplay, you notice the ally special just throwing out forward air constantly, just hoping that, you know, fall into this. I dare you. He's just trying to instill fear into Mr. R in that point. He's like, don't you dare air dodge against me.
He's off stage. There's the flood. Keeps him at bay. Get away from that platform. It's not yours anymore. Okay.
Ally throwing out that down smash, expecting Mr. R to charge in with like a good run-up grab.
But Mr. R is so smart, man. Just knows when to retreat and when to cool his jets, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you notice Ally spacing, just staying a little bit away from the ledge so that the Vanish or Bouncing Fish or whatever doesn't connect into Ally. Instead, he's just throwing out the fireballs. Instead, a pretty safe projectile against a lower opponent. That forward air actually killed.
Very suspect. I'm not exactly sure what that DI was there from Ally, but it cost him a stock. Mr. R goes up. Okay.
Trying to get that forward tilt in the forward smash.
Meta, let's talk about it. Okay, gets the jump cancel up smash. Ally slightly mispositioned, but now we're going to see more up smash and more forward smash attempts here come out. He has to get the stock gone because Mr. R is looking to lap him here pretty soon. Okay, not so much a trade in his favor.
Again, you see Ally throwing out that fireball, expecting Mr. R to jump into it.
Yeah.
We're just covering his options, like, hey, don't you jump. Greedy forward smash coming from Mr. R. Ally getting the correct punish. But you know what? He can go for it because even if he died, he still has another stock on top of that.
He has a whole nother stock, and it's so pivotal. I know we talk about this a lot, but Sheik has got to get that first stock gone so things can go good for her. You never want to play a character like Sheik, and you have to come back from a deficit. It's very, very hard.
Right. Mr. R trying to connect the F smash again. He is hungry for that kill.
And at this point, I think he's throwing it out on purpose. That back air is going to do it.
The simple back air at a shield. Seen Ally do that a couple times. Starting to get some combo damage off of this down air. Grab, do the Mario. Here we go.
It looked like that back air was supposed to turn into a run out, come back in, possibly another grab. But Mr. R, man, with a good DI away.
Mr. R just opts to charge up his Needle Storm instead of trying to go after Ally. He's got a full deck.
Ally being very patient, but so is Mr. R.
Got
Patience is key.
Yeah. The simple down tilt into up air.
Yeah. That was just a really bad spot for Ally to be in, man. You know, Mr. R with that good situational awareness there to kind of scout that out. You know, you obviously can't grab the ledge again. That's going to be a re-grab moment, which could convert into a Vanish. You know, we have seen the Sheiks get very Vanish happy, and I know that's very detrimental, you know, to the opponent getting hit with that. Because I know if I get hit with a Vanish, man, I'm like, look, you won the set. It's
you
over,
got
dude.
it, man.
The fact that I'm done, dude.
Then you see Ally just trying to recover with all of his might, but you know, Mr. R just does the bread and butter. So Ally's, you know, thinking about what he wants to do with his counter pick. I know Ally, when we think about characters that Ally plays, right? You know, most of the time you think he's going to be going Mario, and he once again he's going to stick to his guns, sticking with the Mario. I've seen him play other characters in the past, but Mario's pretty much like his dominating character that he plays. And what did we have a incorrect stage possibly going on here?
Yeah, they're not feeling Smashville.
I think there's something wrong with the controller, like they're like that he's trying to plug in, because there was an issue previously when Mr. R was plugging something in.
Oh man,
and there's
really?
someone like on crew like going up trying to help him out. I'm wondering if like something just happened again. So just unplug that, plug it back in real quick.
Okay. No, this is why button checks are needed. That's for sure.
Right. Okay, we got the score of 1-1, game number 3 in a best 3 of 5 set. Mr. R versus Ally. Once again, you know, these guys have a rivalry. They haven't played since Smash and Splash, I don't think. But they have played many a time in the past, like 12 sets or something.
And we forget that Mr. R, I believe he has a Ryu, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, once again, they have someone on tech coming up to try to figure out the problems. But, you know, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please tweet out the stream, twitch.tv/Unrivaled Tournaments. You're already here. You get some love for Big House as we start to steamroll into the top 8 later on today.
Yeah. We gotta get through this top 32 portion of bracket, and I tell you, man, it's been a lot of fun to come up here and do this with y'all. See, man, these top players, they're here and they're ready to get that top placing money. Okay. Costume counter pick. Interesting. You know, believe it or not, a lot of top players think that that is a counter pick. You know, like the music and the costume for them really matters.
Yeah, I don't see people changing music too much as I think I would, because like at the New York City locals, like the Xeno Zero, I see people constantly like just changing music, aka John Numbers. That man loves changing music on stages. If there's a song on there he doesn't like, he is turning that off. But it's funny that you mentioned the costumes, right? Because we see a lot of characters that, or a lot of players that feel like, okay, if I'm losing, I gotta choose the red color to give myself some energy. If I'm winning, I gotta change to blue so I keep that, you know, that aura up, that energy. And some people think like that. It's like it's just like a mentality thing. It's a placebo effect, you know?
Well, you know, red is also the sign of hunger, too. So that's why I always play the red link. But, I mean, I must not be hungry enough. That's why I've retreated the commentary. But anyway, let's go ahead and move into the next game. I know, man.
Again, Smashville is the name of the stage again. Already opening up. Again, goes for the footstool. I know he's looking for that back air afterwards, but it's just he just can't connect it.
But Mr. R connecting all of his conversions here. Good stuff here as he takes this very slight lead here, a little over 15 seconds in, and Ally on this top platform getting that flood rate. That's when you know Mario's feeling himself, when they start playing around with that flood.
That's got the forward air into bouncing fish. Mr. R just walking away slightly before throwing out that Needle Storm to tack on some easy damage. Sitting pretty at 83, has yet to touch, Ally has yet to touch Mr. R. Well, that was the slickest neutral air conversion I've ever seen.
Yeah, right into the forward tilt. That was crazy. Mr. R filled himself untouched right now. Let's see if Ally can put some damage onto the board for himself. Does rightfully so. Good stuff. Ally combo.
Oh, this is Ally's turn. Reads the tech to the left and connects that up air. Again, Mr. R abusing the shield in order so the flood doesn't push him off the ledge.
And Ally is the epitome of, you fool, this isn't even my final form. Like, you thought because I haven't put any percent on that I was down.
Right.
You're wrong. All I need is one grab. I can do anything.
These guys are playing an RPG right now. They're just taking turns throwing combos at each other. They go forward air. He's out of jumps. This could be big. Tries to connect the neutral air, but Ally managed to get back onto the stage regardless. I know Mr. R was hesitating slightly because he was expecting Ally to either recover high or low, because there's the option of recovering to the Smashville platform.
Okay, it's the uncharged needle, just enough to get him off stage. Good stuff. They're not throwing out all the needles. Probably would have kept him in place there.
And Ally saying, get off me with that ledge attack.
No, Ally is just not afraid to do get-up attacks off the ledge. Just do get-up attacks in general.
Right. I mean, that's Ally special. He just likes going for risky options, and it ends up working. Mr. R continuously shutting him down with Needle Storms. We're seeing a lot of just Needle Storm usage from Mr. R.
Needles in the nair, push Ally off stage, and then jumps right off, gets the up air, and that's all going to be all she wrote.
Rod, I love that bait. Again, you see him go off stage trying to bait out a Trump, opts to jump back onto the stage with an up air instead, forcing his opponent to do like his bidding. Ally's going to be looking for like a back air off stage at this point, or a grab. He managed to connect a grab as well. That could be big. And as I say that, down throw into the super jump punch, too much percent for them to actually connect.
We talk about how broken walking is. Like, that is just crazy.
I mean, walking is such a good, I think that's the future of this meta, right? Because when you walk, you get so many options out of it. You get access to tilts on the fly.
All right. Speaking of finding access, man, Bouncing Fish again finding access to Mario's cranium. Now, Ally obviously found himself in this position here in the first stock. Hadn't put any percent on the board, but one conversion can definitely spell greatness for him.
And Ally abused his double jump already, so Mr. R was immediately throwing out that uncharged needle, forcing an air dodge. He's going to hold on to shield.
Okay, fall away forward there, looking to reset the neutral here. Finds an opening for a grab, and Ally completely jumping out of the way. You know, Ally spent so much, you know, of this match just caught in the corner, you know, not being able to get up comfortably, not being able to get out of this corner because Mr. R is just so relentless with his punishes and his ledge traps.
The pressure is astounding coming from Mr. R. Like, he's not giving Ally room to breathe, but now, you know, this is a chance for Ally to get something to work. He's at 48%. He's looking for a forward air off stage. I mean, at this point, like a down tilt or a grab could lead into some huge damage as well. But Mr. R is like just not giving him the opportunity to go for it. And you see Ally charging in with that spot dodge, expecting a grab from Mr. R, but Mr. R just keeps getting the correct decisions against him every single time. He already has him at 157%.
Yeah, you know, the match, you know, is starting to whittle down here to its final minutes, and that's one thing I'm really starting to appreciate from both of these two players is how well they play under pressure. Like, their mental stability as well to play for this long and not to get a stock gone. I mean, look, this is too much pressure. It's too much anxiety for me. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Again, you see Mr. R is trying to space out these back airs, just preventing Ally from charging forward. That could have been a grab opportunity for Ally.
Uh-oh.
He just, was that not a good trade for Ally? He's off stage now. Mr. R trying to cover with that forward air. Miss spacing. You see him go over that forward smash. If that actually connects, he could kill Mr. R. No matter how big of a lead, over 100% deficit, Ally could still bring this back with an up smash.
He took a little bit of damage too from that grenade. You got to watch out. 190% on the board. Ally looking very scary right now, but he's also on life support. There's a back air. Still not going to be enough to take him out.
Again, Ally going for the double jump in order to avoid the blast zone by going to the corners of it. 196%. Ally needs a grab now.
Okay.
Again, Mr. R just pushing him off stage. Does he get the forward shot? He got the grab on the edge of the stage. He's not dead from that. He's at 87% though. Trying to push him up there with that flood. He's at 88. Let's go, Ally looking for an option. Tries to camp the landing with that grab.
Yeah. Trying to punish his landing, and Mr. R trying to bring him in.
Oh,
that forward air almost was enough to connect.
Barely avoiding that forward smash. You see him outspace that ever so slightly.
Yeah. Forward smash almost enough to connect there, but the fact that he was off his feet gave him like that height needed to just get out of the way. That forward air, looking like a melee forward air right there, sent him sky high. Mr. R goes up 2-1.
Sky high. So game number 4, 2-1 lead for Mr. R. Might just go straight back to Smashville. The entire set has been played on this stage so far. Ally's debating it. And I felt like, you know, even though Mr. R had such a commanding lead that entire game, there was still like that fear of like Ally bringing it back. You saw that F smash. It was that one trade that decided that entire game. If Mr. R would have whiffed that forward air and Ally connected the forward smash, that would have been easily Ally's game. So no matter how good you're feeling in the neutral, sometimes, you know, in Smash 4, you can just like bring it back from the depths of hell.
Yeah, that's Smash 4 pretty much in a nutshell. All right, now we're going into the last game here on Smashville, or what could be the last game, that is.
Yeah, Ally still has the potential to bring back the set if he wins 2 more games. Okay. And let's get it.
Mr. R filling himself, opening him up very early. There's the footstool, and again,
I feel like every game, at this point, it is just, it's a ceremony, you know? Like, he just has to start off the game with a footstool.
At least one, man. Everybody gets one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, try to punish that forward air. Ally finding a quick opening there with some jabs. So I think that might have been a bait in, but nonetheless, a 3% differential, and Mr. R just extending it.
And great edgeguard presence from Mr. R, just throwing out some forward airs and neutral airs, trying to prevent Ally from going for some risky options. And the flood, great use of flood from Ally, trying to, like, you know, just mess up Mr. R's spacing. Again, he wants the down tilt as well, trying to catch the 2-frame. Doesn't opt to go for the super jump punch. He knew it wouldn't connect and didn't want to risk going for it in case Mr. R had a punish at the ready.
Yeah, went for the empty hop into the down smash. Ally looking to bait something out there, but unfortunately ended up finding himself off stage. What is Mr. R to do here?
Dude, he went so low for that pivot grab. Connected so far. Nikki with the back air, connecting it into a second one, taking away the stock from Mr. R.
Just when you thought it was safe to touch that platform, it wasn't. Okay. Again, but then answers back. Don't touch that platform either, man. It belongs to both of us.
I mean, what happened was that Ally, that air dodge was an accidental. I'm pretty sure he was trying to go for the tech instead, but Mr. R had it covered with a bouncing fish, and now he's dragging him. Smashville combos.
Oh my God.
And he was still going with that back air.
Okay, Ally got some combos of his own. Good stuff, getting him out of percent. Down throw, up air.
Do the Mario, man.
Right, crank that Mario.
Again, grabs galore into the up air, super jump punch, adding on some more damage.
Okay, forward tilt in there. And Ally really looking for this up special kill off the top. Mr. R has to be ready for that.
Oh, trying to get that grab afterwards.
God, look at the footwork, though, from Ally. That slight run out, comes back in.
Mr. R, very aware of that forward air, goes for the air dodge so he doesn't like spell certain doom like the first game. Again, he's so hungry for it. He threw it up smash twice. You know, just whatever.
Whatever,
That's
man.
the anti. That's literally the anti.
That's the anti-meta. Throw it out until it connects, man. With that being said, we got a game 5 on our hands. Ally almost, you know, at death's door. in terms of the set, excuse me.
But the final game to decide who gets
now,
into top 16 winner side.
Right now, he gets another chance to turn things around.
Winner of the set moves on to play against MVD later on. And you're looking at our top 16 set counts here. We got Cosmos versus Void, Salem versus Komo Rikiri, DeBuzz versus Nairo, and then MVD versus the winner of this. Who's going to go into winners and who's going to have to play in the kiddie pool down below against the likes of Zero?
Yeah, man, it's a party down there. They all float down there, from what I was told.
I like to call it the party bracket, right?
Okay, hovering over Smashville. It's a stage that both characters do okay on.
Do you think there might be a stage counter pick? Nah.
Nah, man.
Nah, they're going to Smashville this entire set.
Okay.
Again, one last chance for both of these players. Melee coming out swinging. Ally, risky up special.
You know, this is just what Mr. R does. Like, right when the match starts, you know, him and Boy, they're so good at racking up quick percent. We see it, you know, most notably like in their doubles gameplay. We see it a lot in singles. Obviously, in doubles, you have a teammate there that can clean up your mess for you. But in here, right when the match says go, they find an opening for a grab, and it is just go time.
They hit the nitro button, man.
You
right
know
at the gate. They seem connecting that neutral air into a possible bouncing fish. There you go. Look at the spacing, though. Yeah, I think Ally expended his double jump. Yeah, yes, he did. He had to use super jump punch to catch that ledge.
Oh, most definitely.
They're not that
Snaps
forward.
ledge that. Oh my God, yeah, and it throws out the nair to keep him out there.
Okay, nice, getting the grab. I'm gonna start playing super patient, keeping his cool. Throwing out super safe hits like the neutral air. Has very little landing lag and is a long, meaty, long-lasting hitbox.
Yeah, it's really great to see how well Ally's been adapting to like the needle gameplay. You know, a lot of this damage has been put on just by Mr. R staying right into his face. But in those first few games, you know, that was just all a needle, and it was just keeping Ally in a really uncomfortable position. Oh, come here. Yeah, he walked out, wanted that grab as bad as ever.
Mr. R is going to be fishing for these forward tilts at this point. Because Ally's now has left that threshold where like the down throw into up air 50-50 mix-up doesn't really work anymore. Not that Mr. R has really gone for this entire set. Again, you see Mr. R going for the jump off stage into the up air, trying to bait out a trump option, or a fake trump. Ally sitting at 164, he's just chilling on that platform.
Yeah, man, and the pressure's on. Respecting Mr. R from up underneath.
He's just walking to the edge of the stage, throwing out a bunch of empty short hops. Ally's hungry for the grab. He's going to get so much damage off of it.
Now, as we know, Ally's at a pretty high percent, so it's going to be difficult for Mr. R to get this kill off of a grab, because we're going to have to set something up for himself. Meanwhile, Ally is looking for one grab himself that can really take Mr. R from one end of the stage to another.
But Mr. R has tacked on so much damage to Ally, he's just one forward tilt away from dying.
Oh, come here. Oh, he wants to grab. Wiles with Ally put himself in that corner.
Ally's at 201%, maximum rage engaged.
Bars.
Throwing out the flood, throwing out the flood to push him off stage. Ooh.
Okay. No empty hop for him that time. I do appreciate the attempt. Meanwhile, the back throw sends Ally clear to the right side of the screen. But Mr. R, can we get a ledge, or excuse me, not a ledge trump, but some ledge options?
Something. The forward air finally taking away Ally's stock. He took on 220 some damage before finally saying goodbye. My man turned Shieldman out of art on.
Well, if anybody knew anything about Sheik, it'd be you, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Mr. R kind of retreating away despite having his lead, and I like that, you know, really forcing Ally to come to him now. Now that he has the lead, Ally kind of has to play his game, if you will.
So you're trying to go with that up smash.
Mix up. Beautiful,
I like it, I like it, I like it. We go chasing him off stage, trying to connect a back air.
Yeah.
Obviously just go for a safe fireball instead.
Yeah, I do appreciate the flood mix-up like we're seeing here, but let's see if he can use it to try to clean up this mess.
And have you noticed that Mr. R is playing super careful now that he has a stock lead? I mean, there is a potential for a timeout. Maybe there is 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock and only like one stock taken away.
Yeah, man, Mr. R has to grime you out. I mean, he'll grime you out. Okay, throw, nair. Nothing too crazy either, you know, just combos to kind of keep Ally at bay. And he could scout out a combo that could possibly open him up for a kill, but why risk it?
Exactly. And Ally, literally, he needs to make something work. He needs to get this kill now. This throw could lead into something big. Try to get the super jump punch again. But Mr. R is not having it. They're both running up and going for the shield option. Trying to bait out an attack from the further opponent. Trying to throw out something risky, but Mr. R's not throwing out too much risk. We go 153%. Now we're seeing the same thing from the first stock, is that now Ally is having trouble taking away a kill from Mr. R.
Okay, and the flood shenanigans starting to come out here. That's a sign of Amaro that's super comfortable in this match. Allies come back from bigger deficits than this, but I don't know about the time, though. That's a matchup that even some of the best players in the world can't defeat.
80 seconds on the clock, and Mr. R still has 2 stocks. Ally has to close it out now, and he's starting to realize it. You notice it. Connects the up tilt, not enough. Great DI coming from Mr. R, surviving to the ends of the earth. And you know when Mr. R finally eventually dies, he's going to spawn into that platform. He's going to chill on that platform.
He's definitely going to chill, man. He's going to have a drink. He's going to put his feet up, turn Netflix on. He's not coming down anytime soon.
And here we go.
The final minute.
Ally has to make something work here. He's at 73%. He has to tack on damages. This is no longer about getting kills. This is about tacking on enough damage or sneaking in a very early kill. One of the two.
Okay, there's the needles. Good stuff. Small damage there.
And the way Mr. R is playing, maybe he's not going to do this defensive strategy. He wants to get rid of Ally ASAP. Because he's at that prime percent where Sheik combos can start connecting into kills. Do the Mario, up tilts, try to connect some damage. He's at a pretty huge deficit.
Gets the back throw. Okay, so has a lot of ground to make
He might go for a forward air. Okay, doesn't opt to go for it.
I was actually expecting a forward throw that time.
Right. 18 seconds on the clock. Ally. Mr. R can literally just chill back, not commit to anything. Throwing out neutral airs.
Oh, gets another grab.
Ally's pushing him off stage.
Oh my God.
8 seconds on the clock. Mr. R has to go. Sorry, Ally has to do something. Super jump punch again. 3 seconds on the clock. Nothing.
Grimes.
That was such a smart option for Mr. R, going for the high recovery of the vanish in order to avoid a possible forward air last second kill. We've seen Ally do that time and again. Where it's like there's like 5 seconds left on the clock. We're going to connect a forward air.
You know, big ups to Mr. R for obviously running away with that set. You know, beautiful stuff from both players. You know, they really played to their highest extent, but I really want to touch on Ally there towards the tail end. Like, he understood the pressure was on. That man does not crack. He's like, look, man, I understand I'm in a deficit. I got 80 seconds on the clock, like you said. He tried to turn nothing into something, and he did it the best he could, but it unfortunately just wasn't quite enough. You know, had there been more time, maybe something else could have happened, but unfortunately, that's going to be a tournament for another day.
It just